All right. Good morning, guys. Today is Wednesday, May 21st. We have about 2 minutes before New York market open. We had a SAR rejection level here, and I think it is on the way to TP. I don't trade pre-market. Um, yeah, I don't trade pre-market. But yeah, there was like pre-market entry there. So we'll see what happens. We should be getting the today's pre-market high and pre-market low. So it looks like the pre-market high will be somewhere here. And currently we've already taken, so you see, we rejected off of Monday's pre-market low. I was hoping that this would have happened before. Um, but anyway, we should we should be getting today's pre-market high and low sessions automatically here. So there you go. Wednesday's pre-market low. So today's pre-market low is right there. Let's see. Okay, so I'll put a alert here, 25.4, 15.4, add alert. So this will be the 10-point entry for today's pre-market low, and it will be somewhere here. And this trade that came up pre-market would have hit TP, and I wish we had gotten this during market open, this 30-minute SAR rejection level, but it is what it is. Um, we also have a retest of the 15-minute EMA. Unfortunately, we are in a demand zone. I'm sorry, we're in a demand zone right now. So there is a sell based off of a 15 EMA retest, but we are in a demand zone. The 30-minute EMA hasn't been retested. Let's see whether the 30-minute EMA, nope, it's still in a demand zone. So all this EMA is 30-minute hourly. For the hourly EMA, we might get a sell entry on the hourly EMA. So let's check here real quick. There's also, there was a SCR levels rejection here. Um, okay, so I'll take the 1 hour. If we do get a rejection, also we have a 30-minute EMA too. So I think today we'll get, I still think price will come back down. So today we still have the 30-minute EMA too. Okay, perfect. So potential sells and 4 hour EMA one. So we do have a lot of selling pressure from the upside. Uh, yeah, 4 hour. Okay, so I'll take the first sell right here. Let me mark this up. So all these entries are valid. So you can either take the hourly EMA rejection, the 30-minute EMA 2 rejection, or the 4 hour EMA 1 rejection. So keep in mind, we have three potential trades right here. So you can either take this, or take this. Of course, the 4 hour at the top there is the most optimal. However, I think the 4 hour is lined up also with a 15-minute bullish order block. So yeah, that one. So I think this two, either of these two. So let me prep my accounts. This is an EMA trade, and I think I'm all set. We just need this for this hourly to be retested. So I'll set an alert. So the entry 42418, if you're entering on the 10.418.5. So I'll put an alert there. This is a So I still think price will reverse to the downside. You can see we are below all these EMAs, right? So price is below all of those EMAs. So we should get a reversal to the downside at some point. And also, if you see the price where price rejected from today was before market open was at Monday's pre-market low, right? So this is why I said not only should you look to trade the current day's pre-market highs and lows, you should also look to see which pre-market highs and lows of the current week have not been retested. So we just retested the Monday's pre-market low today, and that's where price bounced off. It also kind of lined up with this entry that came up at 30-minute SAR entry, SAR rejection entry that came up before market open. I wish we had gotten that before or around market open. Would have been a nice win, 61. Okay, so I'll wait for this particular trade here, and we'll see. We also have hourly EMA2 at the bottom. So yeah, so I think today during the live session, we'll get a couple of trades. You can see we already tested the daily EMA, so that's fine. You can see it as a check mark, but we haven't tested the hourly EMA2. So this would be a good buy as well. So there's two potential buys down here, the pre-market low of today, and also this hourly EMA2 rejection. So let's see whichever comes first here. All right. I thought we'd get more movement with this, but uh the closest trade so far is the pre-market low, today's pre-market low. But I still think US 30 will push back down. We are literally below all these EMAs. We are below 15-minute, 4-hour, 30-minute hourly, both 30-minute EMAs. But for me, the ideal EMA to sell at, or the first EMA to sell at that's valid is the hourly EMA one. But of course, due to the heavy bearish nature of US 30, because here you can see for US 30, we've been pretty bearish. This is a SAR levels rejection entry that I was following. I don't trade these setups anymore. It's more of an intraday trade, but it's a pretty I mean, it looks like a decent setup, but you can see how we are so bearish. We've been below this EMA one for the whole time. For this trade that we're following since last week, I think it was last week, right? 13th May for gold on the daily time frame. Yeah. So this trade has taken like almost a day. I'm sorry, a week. So you can see this is on the daily time frame. So if you guys remember when we were talking about this candle on Friday, I think 15th May was Friday. No, it was Thursday. When we closed, this was such a bullish candle, big wick at the bottom and closed with barely any wick on top. On Friday, price kind of tried to be bearish, but then it wasn't able to close below the wick of that candle. And you can see how we're still pushing. Only reason I didn't take this trade was I don't trade these setups as much anymore. And also for this trade, you needed $125 TP and stop loss. So to me, that's such a wide trade. You'd be in this trade for like a week or whatnot, but looks like it's close to hitting TP. And on gold, we are at this 4-hour bullish order block. So actually, gold might end up spiking pretty heavily, towards the end of the week, especially if we already close above this 4-hour bullish low. Um, so yeah, we might end up just spiking heavily on gold, but on the 4-hour time frame, nothing really. Actually, on the hourly time frame, there's a buy entry on gold. Let's see. So there is a buy entry. Only red flag with this is the overlap. So remember, we don't care about overlap of zones on the rejection scalps because we're scalping, but in the SAR levels rejection entry, you care about overlaps because you don't want, because if you enter like this particular, so this entry would be, there's a valid buy entry on gold. At 32.92, you would need a $25 stop loss and TP for that. So that would be the trade. But I even if I was, still taking these setups, I wouldn't take this trade because there's an overlap of supply and demand zones. So it kind of lowers the probability of the trades right there. Uh, yeah, I was really like today we have a bunch of entries. We have all these entries right here are valid entries. This hourly EMA 1 sell entry, 30-minute EMA 2, and 4-hour EMA 1 are valid sell entries. There's also a valid pre-market low right here, which is what I'm waiting for as well. And there's also a valid hourly, I think hourly EMA 2, if I'm not wrong. If we end up, actually, no, hourly, wait, let's see. If we're taking it on the 15-minute, yeah, hourly EMA 2. So this one is a valid entry. So we have a bunch of trades today, but we just need liquidity in the market. The only thing that I'll, as I've been mentioning to you guys, you can see for the cells, we have 3 cells, right? So if you're like me, I'm fine with taking all 3 trades at the same time, but the best advice is take the most optimal trade, which is the one above here, which is this 4-hour EMA 1. But it's either that or if you don't want to miss out on any of these 3, if you normally risk what zero, I think right now it's ideally what 0.75 or 0.5% per trade. Divide your risk into three, or you can either divide your risk into three and enter three separate trades using, the same cumulative risk. So that worst case, if you lose all three of them, you lose just the basic amount you'd lose on one trade. But if you lose all three of them, taking regular risk, like for me, I know I have 3% max draw. I'm sorry, 3%. I cap myself out at three back-to-back losses. So like if I take each of these trades and lose, and mostly I would probably lose on the 10-point account. If I take each of those trades and lose, then I'm done for the day. I wouldn't even trade the afternoon session for that particular day. But that's only if you're taking, say, the 10-point entry is the one you'll probably end up having a big losing streak. But if you're waiting for confirmation on the 5 second time frame, you probably wouldn't have like a losing streak. But anyway, just to note, for me, I will be taking all three of these trades if and when they do line up. So hopefully we get up there. We just need to beat this. And again, here for the pre-market highs and lows, just remember, right? You want to pay attention to the key thing about this pre-market highs and lows. Pay attention to I'm sorry, the end of the labels, whether it has an X or whether it has a check mark, right? So you only want to say, similar to the EMAs, you only want to trade the pre-market highs and lows that haven't been retested. So you can see here, today before market open, we literally came and tested Monday's pre-market low. And from there, price shot to the upside. So before today, like if I replay this, you will see that Monday's pre-market low was untested, right? So you can see that's why we have an X at the end. And as soon as it was retested, and hopefully, I was hoping we get this entry during during today's market open, but it is what it is. So you can see as soon as it was retested, we changed that label. So pay attention to the levels that haven't been retested. That is literally all the rejection scalps are because it gives you higher confluences. You can still trade levels that have been retested, but just know that the probability of that trade, it kind of goes down. So if you had like a 70% probability that the trade would win if the level is not retested, once you do trade a retested level, it might go down to 50%. But again, this is up to you guys. For me, I just apply the strategy to how I trade. You don't have to trade exactly as I trade, but and that's why I've coded all these indicators to kind of act as confluences to kind of tell you, whether something has been retested, to kind of tell you whether something is in a bearish environment, bullish environment, etc. Okay, so I will be taking this trade. So we first need to make sure that the hourly EMA is retested. So that is what needs to happen. And we have a bunch of supply in there. Even I believe on the hourly time frame, we might not be. So on the hourly time frame, we don't have. So normally what I do is if I see hourly EMA, I look at, since primarily I'm trading on the 15-minute time frame, and again, this is just how I trade. But since I'm trading on the 15-minute time frame, I look. We also have an SAR. Okay. We have this. I'll go over what I wanted to say after this. We have a 15-minute SAR entry here. Again, this is going to happen so fast, especially if we push up 398. So this should be 408.5. So somewhere there. So this is an SAR rejection scalp. Again, today we are going to have a bunch of trades if price does or keeps doing what we're expecting it to do here. So as soon as price hits that 10-point entry, I will be entering a sell. So it's as simple as that. But of course, the ones we are for right now counting on the live sessions is just wait for the change of structure on the 5-second time frame. If you want to take the 10-point entries with me, all you have to know is that as soon as price hits here, I am literally entering a trade, and that it's as simple as that. What I don't want to see, I don't want to see price test the rejection, SAR rejection area and come back down. I want before the rejection happens, price to go to my 10-point threshold first, and then I enter there, or I enter there on my 10-point account. And then after that too, I wait for an entry on the 5-second time frame. Again, we had a 30-minute pre-market entry, and it's not a pre-market high or low, but we had a 30-minute SAR rejection level pre-market right here. And I was literally hoping we had that before market open. I'm sorry, after market open. But you can see that one, went to TP nicely. So hopefully, we can ride this. So remember, price is pretty bearish. We are below all these EMAs. If we close, what time is it? It's 9:56. If we close above this EMA one on the 15-minute and 30-minute time frame, we might have a potential buy opportunity as well. So today things will go pretty fast, even when they do happen. So in the next 4 minutes, actually 3 minutes, if we do close above EMA 1 on the 30-minute and EMA 1 on the 15-minute, those will be buys. So this, especially the 30-minute EMA 1 will happen so fast. The buy on the the buy on the 30-minute, actually let me look something up here. So 30-minute EMA 1 is right there. What's the distance? I do see we have a bearish order block up there. So the distance between, so we just want to make sure. Okay, so this would be a good trade because the TP is at like 20 points. For the 1:1. For the 1:2, the bearish order block would be in the direction or inside the TP and stop loss, but that's fine. But yeah, the 30-minute one will happen so fast if it does happen, and this is going to be in like let me make sure I have the right account. This is going to be in like 1.5 minutes. So we are watching this right here, this 30-minute EMA, and probably that will be the move to ride price to these selling zones up here and back down. I still think US 30 will turn bearish, but we can definitely ride price up. So in this 1 minute, let's see how price will do. And again, right, I always talk about wicks. So wicks, what happened to this wicks? So this wicks, what did they reject from? This personal wick right here rejected from Monday's pre-market low and short up. So we already know that we have some sort of bullish momentum currently. So US 30 can keep pumping up, go get sell side liquidity up here, and then reverse back down to the downside. So 45, excuse me, 45 seconds. But we also do, right, even as we talk about wicks, we do have wicks to the upside right here, or wicks from the upside. All right, so 22 seconds. Again, this 15-minute will happen so fast if it does happen. Just want to make sure we're in a demand zone. So we already know we're in a demand zone. The 10-point entry would be 309.8, excuse me, 309.8, somewhere there. Let's see. 200. Yes, 30 rejection support on the hourly. Mm, mm, mm. Rejection resistance on the 15 minute. There's a cell. Is there a cell? No, there isn't. It's invalid. Okay. So this particular one. Rejection scalp. So this is at 324.8. So 314.8. So as price goes up, the EMA is going to move up, right? So we have to keep adjusting price up. If so, we didn't close above the 30-minute EMA, so that's good. This one will be like 200. Oh, okay. I'm taking, so okay, so I already entered that cell, waiting for the 5 second time frame. Again, this happens so fast. So we are waiting for the 5 second entry. I don't even know what that validated, but all I know is that we are waiting for the 5 second. So I already took that cell at the top there. So again, this happens so fast. Shoot. So we are waiting for the 5 second, and I think I might just hit. Oh, okay. I got. I don't know what happened. Oh my goodness. My copier was messed up on this account. This is terrible. Um, Price for 13 sell. Uh, anyway, there's the entry for the 5 second. I'm sorry, it's just my copier on my 10 point account entered with a 0.1 lot. Okay, so this trade, I'm in this trade. I'm still in it. I got in due to slippage somewhere above here, but that's the entry. For the sell up here, if you caught it well, for the 10 point, it happened so fast. My 10 point account, the copier was messed up and only, actually, huh, maybe on the copied accounts, I think it might have taken the proper lot size, so maybe I didn't miss out on too much. Okay, this one might end up getting stopped out. Okay, so this one got stopped out. The 10 point hit TP. My copier on that one wasn't set up the way it should be. Anyway, give me one moment to make sure. But the 10 point already hit TP. It happened so fast, and I think for my copied accounts, it must have taken the right lot size. But unfortunately for my main account, it entered with a 0.01 lot and I only made 28 cents. But anyway, so this one, the 5 second entry hit stop loss. Uh, Give me a second right here. What am I thinking? Let's see, today, refresh. 413. Um, okay. Uh, let's see. Okay. This particular one, 42,391. Okay. Let me think this through. So I will give that to 42,377.9, 377.9. Right. Right. So that one is what? So this is minus 0.75. All right, so we've retested the 30, I'm sorry, the hourly EMA one. We haven't retested the 30-minute EMA two, so there's another potential sell up here. Uh, and looks like we already retested. Uh, so price has caught up with the 15-minute EMA one, so this buy as well. But we'll see. We'll see. I think since it's a lagging indicator, as price moves up, it moves up. But if price comes back down, I want to see if this changes back into an X. So the EMA is like a lagging indicator. So if price pushes back down, like, because I don't think price, yeah, price did not come back that far down to actually retest it. But I want to see, yeah. So you see how it's changing back into an X. So yeah, price did not actually like retest it. It's only because it's a lagging indicator and it follows candlesticks. So this one down here is still a valid, it's still a valid buy. And then there's a valid sell up here, 42,438. So 42,448. So this one here. Okay, so these are the two trades we had. So this is the first one. I'm sorry, the second one, the 5 second confirmation that lost right here, right? So that's that trade. Um, and then the second one is, so this is where my copier or my trade manager, I don't know. So this should have been 100 lots, and I think this account should have made 2,800. Yeah, so they should have made 2,800, but I didn't even look at the configuration of my trade manager, but it is what it is. So you can see it entered with a 0.01 lot size and would have ended up in profit. But anyway, it is what it is. Lesson learned. Just gotta make sure I check my trade manager before I start trading for the day. This is so annoying. A, mm, okay, so there is this potential buy here on US 30, 15-minute buy, 15-minute EMA buy. How I can save this trade manager stuff. Okay. And this, so on the other hand too, right? If you remember, this 15-minute SAR rejections that show up after market open, what do they normally signify, right? Historically, they show the pattern for the rest of the day. So it is possible US 30 will sink from here for the rest of the day, given that we are still below all these EMAs. And the 15-minute, of course, price can easily break above and continue to the upside, but based off of what I've seen, this 15-minute SAR rejections that happen after market open, they kind of show a reversal of price to the other direction. But we'll see. We'll see if this is one of those days or maybe not one of those days that happens. Today's pre-market high is all the way up here, so I don't even think we'll get here either today or this week as well. But yeah, today's pre-market high is all the way up here. So unless we just come up there maybe tomorrow and test it, but this will be a nice selling area, this pre-market high, today's pre-market high. And given where price is at right now, I think the only entry we can have is this either a 15-minute or a 30-minute buy. And given that we are pretty much creeping into heavy bearish environment, the buys might be a little too tricky. But so for me, so long as a trade is valid, I'll go ahead and take it. But just keep in mind as well, right? So that big wick, right? That big wick that price spiked to the upside. So you also ask yourself, why did we have that spike and then reversal back down? So it tells you we have a bunch of selling pressure. So I'm still personally going to take this trade right here if it does validate. Um, I'm only down on one account, so that's fine. So we'll see if this validates. So actually the 10 point for this one, 10 point for this one is at 17.8. So 10 point for this one is right there, actually. So 42,317.8. That's where it's at. Oh, 17.8.4. I feel like this might happen pretty fast as well. So SAR EMA. Make sure everything is configured. Hmm. Looks like this one would have hit TP. Not bad. Four. And looks so rejection scalps on gold as well can still work because you see here we have what? So for gold, the threshold is $1, so which is right there. So yeah, so for gold still work. However, I did find gold. I had a bunch of break evens, so that's why I don't trade rejection scalps on gold. But this one, and then you go for a so for gold with the rejection scalp is $2 TP and $2 stop loss. Or if you want to go for a 1:2. So it looks like this one would have been a nice one, but yeah. So gold, you can still do the same thing for the rejection scalps. Only thing, but anyway, that was out of a month of forward testing. So maybe the statistics have improved for gold, but yeah, so gold, you would literally do the same thing we are doing here for US 30. I just like US 30 more because it's volatile. And for rejection scalps, you want to trade something that is pretty volatile. It's 10:30. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think, other than this 15-minute EMA one buy, I don't think we'll get any other trade today. I was literally, we had a bunch of setups here. I think that big push to the upside took out a bunch of entries here. Um, so I don't think we'll, given that it's 10:30 and it's almost 11, unless we get this 15-minute EMA one buy. I think that's the only trade we'll get today. Oh shit. Okay, so every time I look at something, there's the entry, the 10-point entry. Uh, the 10-point entry is right there. And then now waiting for the 5-second entry. So we need price to reverse up. So the 10-point entry, I'm already in that trade down there. Hopefully, I've configured my pop here. I don't know who's texting me. Okay, so that's the 10-point entry, but of course the one we are looking for is the 5-second, and it's based off of is it EMA? Yeah, it's EMA. So wait for the green X. As soon as you see the green, I think it's gonna be on this candle. No, it's on the next one. I entered prematurely. Okay, anyway, it's still at the same area, thank God. Sometimes these things happen so fast. All right, so those are the trades right there. So hopefully we can get back to break even for the day on this one. And there goes the push. For my other account, still running at a 1:1 already for the 10-point entry. And hopefully we can get a nice push up here. I think we will. We should, given that price action, we should be able to get a nice push up. If price doesn't decide to, on the other hand, push down. All right, come on, come on. Mm, mm, mm. Need a nice bullish candle up. If not, Yeah, okay. So the 5 second one got stopped out. The 10 point is still running. Uh, we'll see if the 10 point survives. But keep in mind, we're in a, right, as we talked about before, we're in a bearish environment. So the 10 point is still going, but we are still pretty much in a bearish environment here. This 15-minute candle closes in 1 minute. If we do close below, nah, it wouldn't even be an entry there. Let's see. Yeah, even for this one, it's not looking too promising. We just broke and closed back below this low, so we'll see. But anyway, so for the official one, unfortunately today, if you're taking the trades with 0.75% risk, you would be down 1.5%. And that should be it. For even if I get another trade before 10:30, I'm sorry, before I can stick around till 11, but especially anybody who's taking it with a 0.75% risk, I really wouldn't advise anybody to take any other trade. So I can mark up something that comes in, because even if I lose this, so I'm at two back-to-back losses on one of the accounts. If I lose this trade on the 10 point account, I'll just have one loss. So for me, I'm still fine taking another trade, either whether it's before 11 or before or in the afternoon session. But for you guys, really, I do not recommend any other trade on the live session. Gold rejection support. All right. Gold rejection support on the, there's a buy on gold. Nope, actually it's invalid. US 30 on the 30-minute. There's a sell on US 30. Nope, actually there isn't as well. All right. Let me see if I can make money on my 10 point account. Yeah, this is tricky. Pretty tricky. Where was that loss at? 42,333. So this loss was at 42,333. The entry was there. We closed below the EMA, below the 15-minute EMA. We're still in a demand zone, so I'm not worried about. In any case, I do see hopefully the 10 point entry hitting TP, but we are in a demand zone, so I hope we hit TP before price decides to come back down. But I still think US 30 is gonna go bearish. But I'm hoping I at least make or hit TP on my 10 point account before that happens. But if it hits stop loss, then it is what it is. Save that. Yeah. This particular one pretty much creating lower highs. But unless we get a nice push to the upside, this. Okay, I'm out of that trade as well. I think I'd entered a bit higher, but just it just looks like it's gonna lose as well. So terrible to not too terrible, but two back-to-back losses for today. And it's 10:30. I don't think any other setup is gonna come up. So since I have two back-to-back losses, I have two back-to-back losses on one account. On the other account, I have only one loss. So I have just one more trade. just one more trade to take for one of the accounts. If I lose that, then that would be it for the day for me. So whether I get it now or whether I get it later, um, let's see. So remember those statistics, right? So for this, but for all these entries, 7 out of 10 trades are bound to win, but 3 out of those 10 trades lose. So it might be just, if you look at it from that way, then it just might be one of those instances where, those 3 trades out of 10. Because like yesterday I had 3 back-to-back wins. Yeah, yesterday I had 3 back-to-back wins on one account. So it's just one of those times where sometimes you'll get back-to-back losses. So that's that one. This one too. All right. So for this pre-market low, take it. If it does validate, I will take it, but just take it at if you took those back-to-back losses with me, then I don't recommend you taking it as especially if you did use like 0.75% risk. But if you did not, then feel free to take it. I will take it, but regardless whether it's a winner or a loser, um, you know, it won't count to anything. But for me, I'll still take it if we get this pre-market low. But if we again, it's not even this pre-market low for today. It's not looking too good because if we do get to that area, as much as we have demand, it does look like that one of those trades that might just flash all the way down. But let's see uh how it plays out. So we have like 24 minutes before that. Anyway, so for right now, so this account, 2 back-to-back losses. For the other, so this is the 5 second change of character entry account, and this is the 10 point account, right? So for this first one, if I had the actual lot size down, I would be in profit, but it is what it is. So this is that second loss that we just took right there. So I will take this if it does validate. Uh, but again, it just depends on what risk you have for your account. So remember, the only way to get the results I normally get is to take each and every valid setup that shows up. So for me, I don't have like any daily target. I don't have any of that. So I normally take each and every valid setup that lines up. But just make sure that you line up your risk accordingly. So for me, it's like I just cut myself off if I lose 3 back-to-back trades because I don't want to get a to the 5% max daily drawdown for any prop firm accounts. Yeah, and I don't want to be in such a deeper hole. But yeah, this will be the last trade of the day. I don't even see if price keeps pushing down like this, we might form a 15-minute. We might form a 15-minute hourly or 4-hour SCR sell, but so whichever comes first, that's what we'll take. But currently, this is the most optimal setup right now. Mm, If price breaks this, we might get a flash down, like a big and a SAR on the 15 minute. Okay. So this is a tricky one. So there's a SAR entry here, uh 36.18, 26.18, right? And you can see, right, that 15 minutes. So this one is a 15-minute as well. So possibly a reversal back to the upside, right? So you can see this thing that I drew here. Those 15-minute ones, they normally signify reversals. And let me think this through. So this one, and again, right, this is just me taking it. I don't, if you guys took two back-to-back losses with me, I do not recommend. Um, but if you know how to manage your risk, feel free. But I'm not going to say encourage that. But anyway, so whether it's a winner or a loser, is this is just for my own entries. Because I'm good for the day even loss wise. So I can still on the 10-point account, actually I can take two more trades. On the 5-second change of character account, I can take one more trade. But I really don't like getting over minus, losing more than 1.5% for the day, like for you guys especially. So for this particular one, like for this returns right here, I cap out at 1.5%. So at any given day, if there's a loss more than that, or gets to 1.5, I really don't encourage any more trading. But again, right, we have another 15 minutes. So what does that tell you? It's possible we'll have this. So this is possibly even a trade somebody can hold longer for a 1:5. But for me, I'm just gonna go with the regular ones. But you can see that the first one, the first 15-minute rejection, we already got that move back down, right? So let's see here. So this is what? This is SAR. Let me see. Did we touch that? Okay, so since we already touched that, I don't want to see a crossover buy. Like I want price to get to this level first before we get a crossover buy. So this is my 10-point entry, but I don't want to see a crossover buy being formed anywhere here. Because if that's formed, then I go ahead and forget about it and I wait for the next entry. So I am waiting for this trade, so long as we don't form a green X, and I think we might form it on the next candle. If the next candle is bullish, it's going to be a green X, but I need a big bearish candle to come and tap into the 10 points. All right, so perfect. And keep in mind, we have a pre-market low down there. So the pre-market low is the most efficient trade. We might form, I don't know if we're going to get there. Are we? Okay, there it is. All right, so keep in mind, we have a pre-market low. So this is the 15. Oh, wait. Okay. Yep. So this is a 15-minute SAR. Uh, and I mean, so that's the 10-point entry. Remember, we have a pre-market low. So price might get attracted to the pre-market low. So just a heads up, right? But that's my 10-point entry. I mean, that trade. This is the other trade. Wait. This is the other trade right there, the 5-second trade. Again, whether it's a winner or loser, it's not going to count because I don't recommend you guys to go for back-to-back trades like that. But so this might just be a nice way to recover for me. But if you guys know what you're doing and if you know how to manage risk, then feel free to take them. Or you should have taken them. Um, so let's see. So full TP, I got to full TP on the pre-market, the 10-point account. I already hit TP actually. I think I had a better entry like right there. The 1:1 just hit TP as well. I think I had a late entry to this, so let's see if we will get there. I had a bit of a late entry for this trade. It happened so fast, but I think we'll push up. We should get to the TP for that trade. I don't see why not. And there it is. Price is trailing my stop loss. I'm out. So full TP on both. So again, it doesn't, I won't record that as a win because again, I told you guys no need to take that. But you can see the 10 point, right? So if we hadn't taken those two back-to-back losses, and again, right, this is the trade I said you can hold this. And we also had a 30-minute SAR that just formed, right? 26. This one didn't give you the 10 point. But anyway, so this 15-minute one, this trade you can hold on for. So let's see. If we hold it for 1:5, I'm already out of the trade, right? But let's just mark it up. Because remember, those 15-minute SAR rejections that come up, after market open, they show reversals, especially the 15-minute ones. But I think I'm back in profit for the 10 point account. Man, if I had that first entry messed me up because if I had got in with the full lot size would have been a nice entry. But yeah, so this particular one, watch out for, yeah, those 15-minute ones. You normally get, you can ride it for like 10. The only issue here with it going to the 100 points, remember we have a pre-market low. So you see, actually we tested, never mind, we actually, no, so this should be good to continue because remember, we actually tested today's pre-market low. What we didn't test is the 10-point threshold. So price did not come 10 points past the pre-market low. So we actually tested today's pre-market low. So remember, for all these rejection scalps, not every time will price go 10 points in your direction. I'm sorry, 10 points to your threshold. Sometimes price will literally test the SAR and reject from there and not even go past it. Sometimes price will literally test the EMA and not go towards your 10-point threshold. Sometimes price will literally test the pre-market low and not go to your 10-point threshold, or maybe just go to like a 2-point or 3-point threshold. 10 point is just the sweet spot for me that I've seen over the years. But anyway, so this so I'm back in profit on, I think on one account I'm back up in profit. On the other account I'm just down 1%. So that's good. So that's a nice way to, I don't think we'll get another trade, but this would be a nice way to end today's live session. So you can see that 10 point as much as. And for the 10-point account, I think I only had one loss today. So it would have been, yeah. So for the 10-point account, one loss, two wins. And you can see how precise that 10 point is. Price is not going to come to the 10 point every time, but when it does, right, it's all about statistics and probabilities, right? So the time it does, you better be ready for it. And sometimes it will happen so fast, like today. So today should have been better than it was. We just had some, especially I think that first spike in the market earlier, kind of took off a lot of zones. But anyway, pretty good day so far. And there's still the afternoon trading session. Mm, Add text 36. Mm, Something I want to see here. This is 48. Save to photos. Okay. Excuse me. So you can see first account, that's the trade just took right there. the slippage on this account is crazy because I guess it's the trailing stop feature. But anyway, two losses, one win. So I'm back. So since this is the account I'm using, so this is the 5 second change of structure entry. This is the account I use, a 1:1 risk to reward. So for this account, it takes me a little bit longer to get back to break even, especially if I lose two back-to-back trades. The reason I use a 1:1 for this is that you can see, especially for this one, for the change of structure account, if I went for a 1:2, it gets a little too close, right? Because most times it would just get to a 1:1 or 1:1.5 and retrace back. So I just do like a 1:1 for that account. It has a good win rate. It has like a 70% win rate. So, it's a good enough account. Again, I'm out of these trades, but I want to see whether this is gonna play out, right? This push up for 100 points. Because that's another way to go for this 15-minute SAR rejections that happen. But anyway, so just down about 1% on this 5 second entry account. For the 10-point account, I'm back up in profit, 1,000 for the day. It should have been 2-3. It should 2,800, 2,8, 234. It should have been 4,500 for the day for this account if I hadn't looked, I mean, I should have looked at the trade manager and made sure everything was set up. But you can see this one went for a win, the very first trade we took for the day. But anyway, should have been 4,500. It's 1,300, better than nothing. And still the day is not done yet. So there's still the afternoon session. It's currently 10:56. I don't think we'll get any other entry right here. And even if we do, I don't recommend you guys to take anything. And you can see there goes the five. So for example, somebody like me who with a 200K account who risks to 1% per trade, right? Like right now would be in profit about 6,000, right? And if it hits like 1:5, that's like a $10,000 trade right there. So yeah, so pay attention. Sometimes I forget about them, but when you see this 15-minute rejection areas that come up during or after market open, kind of pay close attention to them. But other than that, unless you guys have any other questions, that should be it for the live session. We should have a live session for the rest of the week. We should have one tomorrow and Friday. So unless something else comes up, I'll let you guys know. But we should have live sessions every day of this week. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your trading day. All right, guys. Peace.